In the event of an emergency evacuation, please follow these guidelines. If you are seated in the lower rows of level 100, please walk down the stairs to the floor, proceed through the nearest portal, and exit the building. For the upper rows of level 100, walk up the stairs to the concourse and exit through the nearest doors. Those seated in 200, 300, or loge seating, walk downstairs to the concourse to exit through the nearest doors. Elevators will not be in service, but event staff will be available to guide and assist you.
Ladies and gentlemen, are we there? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the Thompson-Boling Arena at Food City Center and today's commencement exercises. This day represents a milestone accomplishment in the lives of our students. We are proud of their achievements at UT, and we know that you are too. Please remember that this is a formal academic ceremony and appropriate decorum is expected. Out of respect for all our graduates, we request that everyone in attendance stays until the end of today's ceremony. We want everyone to experience this important day without interruption or disruption. The ceremony will last approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes. At the end of the ceremony, all guests are asked to exit the arena up the stairs to the concourse level. Graduates will exit on the floor level to receive a gift from the university and will then be directed outside to the building and up to the arena ramp to meet with their guests. Guests will not be allowed on the arena floor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession. Wes Hines serves as the 2024-2025 University Mace Bearer. The procession includes faculty representatives who carry the banners for each college and the graduates of the class of 2024. University of Tennessee Knoxville Chancellor Don D. Plowman and University of Tennessee System President Randy Boyd will lead the commencement stage party that includes today's speaker and honorary degree recipient, the Honorable Lamar Alexander. Honored guests, members of the campus administration, and the college deans. Please remain standing as you are able as we begin today's ceremonies with the presentation of our national colors and the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and join vocalist Emma Wilson in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Emma is accompanied by members of the Tennessee Brass, Sarah Fellenbaum, Andrew Biter, Katie Johnson-Webb, Alex Van Duren, Alexander Lappins, and Keith Brown. Today's color guard is presented by Army and Air Force ROTC cadets.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Chancellor Dawn D. Plowman, and I am honored to welcome you to the University of Tennessee for today's fall commencement ceremony. To the parents, the grandparents, friends, extended family, mentors, and anyone else who has championed these graduates, I want to personally welcome you to Rocky Top. I am so glad you are here today to celebrate with us. To our graduates, congratulations on this meaningful achievement and milestone in your life. We celebrate not only the diploma that you are receiving, but the education it represents, the knowledge you have gained, the experience that has shaped you, and the relationships that have guided you over the last 4 years. You have done the work to prepare for whatever comes next. You have opened yourselves up to challenging ideas and difficult conversations. You've invested in your studies, your research, your performances, your art. You have discovered new passions and committed to the causes that move you. When you first arrived here on campus, we celebrated with a torch night ceremony. You lit your candle, and together we committed ourselves to the volunteer creed. This week we gathered again just last night. Once more, you committed yourselves to light the way wherever you go next. Remember that pledge, to step forward in moments big and small, to serve, to lead, and to light the way for others. Your volunteer spirit, that commitment to leadership and service, That's what will set you apart and help you succeed in whatever you choose to do next. So graduates, congratulations. None of us achieve great things without support along the way. So thank you to all the family and friends here today and those who could not be here for the sacrifices you made and the encouragement you offered our graduates over the years. Thank you to our faculty and staff who challenge, mentored, and inspire our students from the time they arrive on campus. Graduates, please join me in applauding all the friends, family, professors, mentors, and others who have supported you along the way. Graduates, your presence here demonstrates your mastery in your field of study and your commitment to achieving high goals. Your degree will serve as a reminder of these achievements as you move to the next phase of your life. Friends and family, will you please join me in recognizing the tremendous achievements of today's graduates. Graduates, as you become alumni, I hope you stay connected to one another and to your alma mater, Big Orange. No matter where you go, you will always have a home sweet home right here on Rocky Top. So please stay engaged, remain connected, and find ways to give back. The graduates of the class of '24 have already begun supporting our university. Since July 1, many of you have made gifts through the university's Senior Impact Program to support your colleges and programs, so thank you very much. Now we have a special presentation. The granting of an honorary degree is a distinction reserved for those whose life's work has made the world better, whether through discovery or art or activism, leadership or service. The decision to grant an honorary degree goes through the campus administration, the faculty senate, and the board of trustees. Honorees have included leaders of industry, journalists, civil rights leaders, astronauts, government officials, a Disney princess, and Dolly Parton. Today's recipient is a distinguished leader whose lifetime of service to the people of Tennessee and the nation is unmatched. A former two-term governor, three-term U.S. Senator, U.S. Secretary of Education, and best of all, President of the University of Tennessee. Lamar Alexander is truly one of a kind. Throughout his career as a public servant and elected official, Senator Alexander has been an advocate for education, a champion for innovation, and an example of the kind of collaborative leadership that allows us to accomplish big goals. As a leader in the U.S. Senate, Alexander shepherded more than 90 bills into law, including reforming federal financial aid, strengthening K-12 education, and supporting the conservation of our national parks. He paved the way for critical investments in national laboratories, medical research, the Office of Science, recognizing the importance of maintaining our nation's status as the global leader in innovation. As governor, he helped bring the auto industry to Tennessee, including recruiting Nissan and Saturn, as well as investing in a roads program that drew auto suppliers to this region. The legacy of those decisions continues to grow alongside the economic impact of the auto and advanced manufacturing sectors in our state. Since leaving public office, Senator Alexander continues to be generous with his time and support. He's returned to the campus to be an advisor to the new Baker School of Public Policy. He's also a popular guest speaker in the Leading with Courage course that former Governor Bill Haslam and I teach together. Thank you very much for that. He's also endowed a scholarship at the Howard H. Baker School of Public Affairs. And in 1992, he and his late wife, Honey, endowed the Alexander Prize, awarded to a UT faculty member for superior teaching and scholarship. Senator, thank you for your leadership and your service to people in Tennessee and across the country. Please join me in recognizing former Senator Lamar Alexander. Dean McIntyre, President Boyd, and Senator Alexander, will you please join me at the podium? Right here. Yeah. Senator Alexander, it is my great honor to confer upon you an honorary doctorate in educational leadership and policy. Congratulations, Dr. Alexander, and thank you for being our commencement speaker to today's graduates.
Thank you, Chancellor Plowman, and congratulations to you and to President Boyd and to the deans and the faculty for the remarkable progress of this University of Tennessee. And on his 94th birthday, congratulations to Mr. Volunteer Jim Haslam of the class of 1952. But most of all, we're here to celebrate you. We're here to celebrate the class of 2024, the families and their friends. A few years ago, the Grand Ole Opry honored country singer Bobby Bare, who was then about my age, and he didn't hear too well. And when he was honored, his wife said to him, "Bobby, I'm proud of you." And he said to her, "I'm tired of you too." Well, I can hear just fine, and I can hear the invitation that you've given me, and I'm very grateful for it, especially to Dean McIntyre and the faculty of the College of Education. 30 years ago, famous Tennessean Alex Haley gave me some advice after hearing me speak. He said, "May I make a suggestion?" He said, "If when you start, you would say, instead of making a speech, let me tell you a story, someone might actually listen to what you have to say." So today I hope you'll remember 6 words that Alex Haley, the author of Roots, lived his life by. Find the good and praise it. And instead of making a speech, let me tell you a story. In February of 1994, Dr. Bill Frist came by my Nashville law office. He said he wanted to run for the United States Senate. "Why would you do that?" I said. "You're one of the world's leading heart-lung transplant surgeons. You're only 42 years old. Why would you give that up?" He said, "Well, today, I might fly down to Chattanooga, cut out a heart, put it in a igloo bag on ice, make sure I got back to Vanderbilt Hospital in 4 hours, perform an 8-hour operation, and a year later, I might run into somebody on the street who might thank me for saving his life. If I'm a senator, maybe I could save 1,000,000 lives." Well, Bill Frist was elected. He worked with President George W. Bush to create PEPFAR, which invested $100 million and saved 25 million lives of people who were afflicted with HIV/AIDS. Bill Frist learned that the straightest road to real change to help the most people is public service. He learned what 519,682 Americans who've been elected to public service or who work for those who have also learned. No one doubts that you can do a lot in private life, from Edison to Jobs to Billy Graham to Martin Luther King. You can make a huge difference. But public service is the most reliable way to make a huge difference to help the most people. I learned that lesson. As a governor, as a senator, as a university president, I got up almost every day thinking I could do something good to help my state and country, and I went to bed most nights thinking that I had. I hope it's a lesson that you'll learn. Now, I have a hard time persuading my friends that public service today is a privilege. How can you stand it, they say? How can you get anything done? One of those friends, Delmer Kaler, built the log home we live in Blount County. One day he showed me a dead rat that he'd pulled out from under the house. He said it was causing a stink in the bathroom. He said, I stuck my arm up there and I felt something furry and I knew I had something, and this is what I found. He said, I found another one under the sofa. I said, Delmer, I wouldn't want to have your job. He said, I'd a lot rather have my job crawling under your house to find a dead rat than working up there in Washington, D.C. Students are skeptical, too, about public service. Dean Wanamaker told me that students want change, but they don't like government. That's why several of you, graduating from the new Baker College of Public Policy and Public Affairs, you're graduating with that name instead of School of Government. But the dean and her faculty will have to teach you that if you want to make real change, the most reliable way to do that is to spend some of your life in public service. I suggest that you look at the United States Senate, for example, as a split-screen television. There is the dysfunction screen. That's where you see headline seekers showing off, raising money, causing trouble. Think of the Senate confirmation hearings, innocent until nominated, you might call them, so ugly that parents want to hide their children under the bed when they come on TV. Look at the other screen. There's the function screen, where senators are working together to pass legislation that most of them can vote for and most of you would accept. Things like 21st Century Cures, the Great American Outdoors Act, national defense. The function screen displays a better outcome, but it makes less news. Just as a plane landing safely makes less news than a plane crashing. Alex Haley had some advice about that too. Our family met him when I was governor, and he was probably the world's most celebrated author. But we don't remember him because he was famous. We remember him because he would walk into the residence and pick up an essay our daughter had written and say, my goodness, Leslie, that could win a prize. Or he would see our 6-year-old son with a video camera and he would say, that's very good. I think I'll tell Steven Spielberg about you. Find the good and praise it. A lot of people spent the night at the governor's residence while we were there, even presidents of the United States. But the person that the employees at the residence wanted to see most was Alex Haley, because he was more interested in them than they were in him. Find the good and praise it. He had a sense of humor. If he were at a commencement like this, he'd look over these generations of families, and he would ask you, now why do you suppose grandparents and grandchildren get along so well? And then he would say with a twinkle in his eye, it's because they have a common enemy. Alex never had a bad word to say about anyone that I heard or about anybody's race or background, and he couldn't put up with people who were busy tearing down our country. He would find the good and praise it. Today, the most celebrated public figures seem determined to find the bad and spread it. They produce division instead of results. Hasn't always been that way. Americans worked together to survive Reconstruction, world wars, the Great Depression, million-man marches, assassinations, Watergate, controversy over women's rights, sexual orientation, the collapse of the Soviet Union, terrorist attacks, pandemics. Look at what we've done when we overcame divisions: Social Security, Medicare, civil rights laws, a National Institutes of Health, our national defense, national laboratories. We've created a country where anyone of any background can say, we are all Americans. We have problems. Every country does. But the difference is we have more capacity than any other country to fix those problems. As the United States approaches its 250th birthday in 2026, we produce 26% of the money and half the venture capital with 4% of the people. We have the strongest military, the best universities, the most advanced vaccines and cures. We lead in AI and hundreds of other technologies. Our constitutional guarantees are the envy of the world. One of our toughest problems is managing the millions who want to move here, not who want to leave here. But best of all, we have you. Because of your time at the University of Tennessee, you will have more capacity to make a greater contribution to your community and to your state and perhaps the world. The surest path to doing that is public service, not just for the Baker School graduates, but for the doctors and the nurses and the lawyers and the architects and the farmers, all of you, including the most talented of you. Marilyn Voss Savant, whose IQ of 228 is the highest ever recorded, said recently, if I had to do it all over again, or if I just had enough maturity when I was 13 or 17 to figure it out, I'd become a politician. Wouldn't you rather see a really smart person in front of a microphone than doing something else? When Benjamin Franklin was the world's most celebrated scientist, he stepped aside, turned to public service, founded the University of Pennsylvania, began to unite the colonies, and helped write our Constitution. Bill Frist put aside his career and saved millions of lives. You can too. You too can spend part of your career helping others as a senator, as a school board member, as a park ranger. There are many, many opportunities. Senator Baker, for whom the Baker School is named, used to say, the Republic will survive. The Republic is more likely to survive if you pitch in and help. Congratulations. We are proud of you. Find the good and praise it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alexander. We are honored to be joined today by President Randy Boyd, President of the UT System. He will bring congratulatory remarks. President Boyd.
Thank you, Dondi. Now, let this be an example that a 65-year-old president of the University of Tennessee System can still make a rookie mistake. I'm not sure how I allowed myself to follow Dr. Alexander, but here I am. Graduates, faculty, family members, distinguished guests, and Dr. Lamar Alexander, good morning. First, let me congratulate Dr. Alexander on his honorary doctorate. I can think of no one who has done more for the state of Tennessee and is more deserving. Like he has been for thousands of others, he has been a mentor, a friend, and an inspiration to me. I'm just so proud to be here to celebrate with you. Now, second, as president of the University of Tennessee System, it's my honor to bring greetings to all of you from the UT System. However, you may be like I was in 1979 when I was sitting in your seat here at UT Knoxville. I had absolutely no idea what the UT System was. So, for those that need a reminder, by the numbers, we have 5 campuses in Knoxville, Chattanooga, Pulaski, Martin, and Memphis. We have 2 statewide institutes, 95 extension offices, one in every single county of the state, 10 ag research centers with over 40,000 acres, over 62,000 students, over 14,000 employees, 454,000 alumni around the world, and one recently in outer space. From Memphis to Mountain City, everywhere you look, UT is here. So on behalf of all of UT, I'm here to congratulate you. So today we're celebrating all that you've accomplished. And to arrive here today, you've had to overcome extraordinary challenges, including a pandemic. And through it all, you have succeeded. I spent my life studying successful people, and I have found there's no one path to success, no one leadership style, no one magic formula. However, I have noticed one characteristic that is true that everyone has ever been successful, and that is persistence. Everyone gets knocked down, everyone fails at some point. But successful people get back up and keep going. By sitting here today, you have proven you have what it takes. You have proven you are persistent. You have proven you have the intelligence and the talent and the determination and the grit to be successful. So congratulations. We're all excited to see the great things you're going to accomplish in your life. Senator Alexander has already provided the inspiring message to you as the keynote speaker today, and I'm reminded that none of you actually came here to hear me speak. But I can't help myself. I want to give just a little bit of advice, but I'm going to be really brief and just share 3 quick things with you. First, and here's something you're not going to hear from everybody or anybody else today. In fact, I may be the only commencement speaker anywhere in the country that's going to give anybody this advice. So my advice is this. I would like for you to go forth and fail. Everyone fails at some point. Even Senator Alexander lost his first statewide election. Failing early has its benefits, and here's why I say that. If you were like I was, you probably will start off with nothing, so you really don't have that far to fall. And you learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. So being young, you'll have the rest of your life to put those lessons to work. So be bold, take some risks, make your first career choices places where you can continue to learn, even if there's a chance of failure. That's okay. Second, make detailed plans and have ambitious goals, but also look for serendipity. Oftentimes, the best things are those you don't plan for. That's the definition of serendipity. And I have found that if you expect serendipity, if you're looking for it, you will find it. Lastly, remember success begins with yes. Every great adventure, every great story starts with someone saying yes. It never starts with someone saying no. So look for opportunities, take some risks, and say yes. And that's it. 3 pieces of advice. Don't be afraid to fail. Look for serendipity, and say yes to opportunities. So as we close here today, don't think of commencement as the end of your relationship with UT. It's really just the beginning. For me, I graduated 45 years ago from UT Knoxville, and I have benefited more from my relationship from my alma mater after graduating than I did before. My business had research partnerships with UT. We hired UT graduates, and we sponsored forums. I personally had the opportunity to be a guest lecturer, served on some advisory boards, and formed philanthropic partnerships to give back to our community. I've also tried to pay back my university by donating to projects I'm passionate about. And now, I have the privilege to serve as our president, which is the honor of my life. So for me, graduation was just the beginning, and I hope the same thing is true for all of you. So please stay engaged and continue to give back to your alma mater so that thousands more can benefit from the same great experience that you have had. Once again, congratulations on your tremendous accomplishment today, and go Vols.
Thank you so much, President Boyd. Today, our graduates will be introduced individually. Our students have worked really hard to earn their degrees. I ask that you be patient as we recognize each graduate. Graduates, the ushers will direct you to the stage where you will be introduced. Once you have crossed the stage and had your photo taken, please return to your seats. The official degree conferral will take place once all the names have been called. Okay.
Architecture and design. Miles Cameron Blake. August Emiliano Ring. Francisco Giovanni Chapina. Philip Neil Gardner. Aubrey Quinton Munana. Mary Margaret Guzik. Lauren Grace Hall. Catherine Lynn Murphy. Jessica Karen Rice. Abigail Elizabeth Eckel. Miriam W. Hanna. Catherine Harris Robinson. Georgia Evelyn Perry. Lillian Grace Paul. Lauren Elena Goodwin. Mary Elizabeth Cox. Anna Grace Dameron. Nicholas Clore. Arts and Sciences. Olivia Lauren Harvey. Lila Mae Reasons. Emma Ray Mutaw. Logan Michael Warkenton. Alicia Carlson. Emily Marie Lowe Tolson. Kelly Jane Gibson. Caitlin Slimmons. Garrett A. Trauber. Neda Ahab Ahmed. Kyler Jamar Banks. William Jansma. Margaret May Hardison. Hannah Emily Alderman. Anwar Zain Akawi. Emily Renee Stiltner. William H. Davis. Abigail Grace Payne. Olivia Grace Peacock. Ella M. Petty. Justin Allen Bright. Meg Hannah Maynor. Isabella Rose Benson. Ainsley Faith Wood. Kayla Marie Dukes. Spencer Riley Bingy. Bailey J. Watson. Jake Owen Hartman. Harrison Taylor Pasley. Jeff Ma Laser. David Jackson Ward. William Ellis Horn. Bryce Henair. Carl Alexander Henderson. Prachi Dharmesh Dalwadi. Hannah Nicole Dodds. Jenna Catherine Aloof, Lauren Bivens, Jill S. Patel, Lauren Dale Lummy, Leona Yates Porteous, Henna Ahmed Salah Bashnag, Risolat Rahman Berdiva, Madison Lee Irwin, Layla Joanna Cosman, Cameron Elizabeth Keys, Caleb Kung-chan Cho, Jessica Chon-hee Belmont, Elizabeth Alex Mercuria, Rachel Lauren Hodge, Abby Cho Solano, Cole Andrew Stevens, Jacob C. Henneke, Lauren Elizabeth Williams, Bailey James Dew, Maya J. Wilson, Sydney Addison Malone, Rachel Lynn O'Donnell, Taylor Breanne Morris, Mariah Tulloch, Peyton Jeanette Duncan, Brianna Kittinger, Mackenzie R. Porter, Riley Elise Hovel, Zachary Marcellus Gallup, Lee Brett Handler, Brentley Garner, Shane Douglas, Kristen E. Connor, Abigail Sohyun Bang, Nayeli Castillo Villalpando, Brittany Alexandria Belgard, Emma Sorrell, Valerie Fung, Patrick Richard Nicholas Nazita, Matthew J. Miller, Bridget Louise Byerly, Keisha Charlene Hunsucker, Janiyah Joyner, Courtney Ann Drennan, Ashley Brooke Waycaster, Eliza Rose Milligan, Reginald Johnson, Stephen Houston Fenley, Alejandra Alvarez Gonzalez, Tiffany Hema Harisharan, Lee Mendenhall, Stacy J. Childs, Caribbean Alexandra Wilson, Abigail Faith Dixon, Lauda Popescull, Isabel Ines Amigo, Mina Shockey, Kennedy Anakiko Yonker, Hongshu Lee. Julian Tomas Nozazewski. Christian Graham Reese. Hope Elizabeth Hutchison. Amber Lynn Seymour. Austin B. Seiler. Rachel Evelyn Huck. Gabrielle Blaze Boggs. Shelby Nicole Wilkerson. Nathaniel Trent Borns. Madeline Elizabeth Wild Jones. Emma Frances Hill. Jamie Lee Dow. Caitlin Marianne Stephen. Madeline Grace Hollingsworth. Sydney Ashton Petty. Rachel Elizabeth French. Laura Madeline Hawkins. Abigail Natalie Robertson. Cole Aaron Mathis. Natalie Lynn Roth. Justin Timothy Baird Bryan. Bailey Elizabeth Davis. William Savage. Anna Claire Calvert. Alexi Costa Andrews. Morgan Nicole Schultz. Kaylin Ray Lenane. Caitlin Ray Ivy. Amelia Rose Beaker. Heather Nicole Miller. Samuel D. Bahu. Gabriel Christopher Verberkmos. Gabrielle Grace Guy. Antonia Mika Cruz. MacArthur Onuora. Joseph Robert Potul. Kevin Andrew Garland. Chloe Elise Hall. Andrew Valentine. Allie Gail Cooper. Alicia Kittrell Giles. Molly Kathleen Brennan. Cameron Grace Flatford. Jaya M. Reeves. Liliana Videtti. Taryn Renee Wimmer. Paxton Walker Pilgrim. Luis Ivan Perez Oñate. Isabella Alexandra Polk. William Houston Greer. Davis Woodrow Welch. Kaylee Elizabeth Martin. Emily Diana Ruth Cobb. Wilson Clark Higgs, Jr. Taylor Nicole Loebsack. Molly Catherine Majors. Kennedy Elise Canada. Julia Margaret Briggs. Tanner Marie Webb. Kinshawna Sade Woods. Brandon De La Cruz. Grace Elizabeth Miller. Margaret Ray Miller. Marcus Christian Hay, Jr. Margaret Alden Schism. Jaden Renee Wire. Molly Ann McGuire. Jason Edward Statz. Hope Marie Thompson. Cameron Corsino. Lane Marcus Wicks. Alexander James Elovecki. Jared Christopher Lowe. Mary Beth W. Shelburne. Abigail Page DeCan. Jessica Ruth Watson. Brooke Amari Gebreys. Alexis B. Howell. Benjamin Raymond Beaver. Megan Brianna Bork. Christian Moeller. Sage Evelyn Pearson. Brenna Johnson. Madeline Rose Wilhite. Avery Chandler Vanoy. Samuel N. Keith. Brooklyn K. Hudgens. Faith Makesha Yade. Sydney Elise Sharp. Kylie Grace Sliger. Brittany Lynn Voss. Chloe Gail Blanchard. Mia Frances Ruffray. Chloe M. Adsit. Janine Renee Morris. Lydia Grace Messer. Olivia Karchner. Elizabeth Noel Thomas. Joseph Patrick Gallagher. Hannah Grace Harley Brown. Brennan Abigail Murphy. Liam Michael Allington. Mason Ellis Spruill. Hannah Noel Thompson. Sydney Ellen Curry. Jalen Douglas Webb. Colin Joseph Ferguson. Grayson Alexander Ham. Sophie Ryan Williams. Kaylee Marie Ebb. Sydney Elizabeth Kirby. Christopher Eric Ritchie, Jr. Sean K. Palmer. Thomas C. Peters. Spiros Nicholas Poulos. Timothy Emmanuel Pusick. James Alexander Robertson. William Jackson Solis. Sailor Olivia Boss. Kaylee Jennifer Bennett. Lillian Mary Para. Olivia White. Liliana Juliet Benetti. Sophie Alexandra Hill. Sarah Robin Abrams. James Ryan Gannon III. Wesley Andrew Rummage. Christopher Lee Yard. Rebecca Clarice Webb. Annie Jo Lynn McNeely. Grayson Thomas Paschal. Alex Cody Griffin. Nia Akinleye. Haley Elise Martin. Lauren Elizabeth Pinkard. Kanan Ray Sherrill. Jaron Paul Heater. Joshua Thomas Baxter. Sophia Caroline Rebar. Abby Caroline McConnell. James Colton Williams. Jessica Riley Gray. Ainsley Reagan Antrican. Logan Page Miller. Faith Elise Gray. Kristen Tron. Austin Garrett Voorhees. Aiden Robert Holt. Arista Elise Hilton. Xavier X. Wynn. Titus Ezra Newble. Autumn Rain Large. Anderson Lexi McNeil. Mary June Caroline Connolly. Jaden Elizabeth Griffith. Kylie Danielle Shane. Ashley Barrett Kane. Tristan Lee Morton. Marianne Grace Platiero. Clarissa H. Trent. Alexandra Lane Bursick. Abigail Elizabeth Turpin. Heather Ann Brown. Sherelle A. Polk. Matthew B. Flagg. Dylan Reginald Andrews. Piper Jolie Morales. Caroline Elizabeth Sweeney. Jesse Joel Veltman. Isabella Faith Ochoa. Hannah Lorraine Spoon. Kylie Renee Karpowicz. Julia Rose Kavanaugh. Jonathan Daniel Maynard. Clifton Davis Johnson III. Jonathan E. Rocca Shepherd. Alexandria Noel Maharaj. Virginia Gray McAvoy. Gracie Annette Gould. Brittany Drinkwater. Emily Sarah Zahari. Gabriella Tarnowski. Asita Mehulkumar Patel. Alexander John Williams. Amanda Rose Gorsak. Hannah Lynn Willie. Liam Patrick Allison. Meredith A. Mincy. Catherine Elizabeth Carroll. Emma Louise Hartsuk. Riley Kate Renfro. Jacob Hatfield. Gabrielle R. Scott. Andrew Bibawi. Jack Arthur Wu. Charleston S. Reed. Brooke Mallory Pelkey. Keely Dale Whitaker. Alyssa Mink. Wesley Miller Goodwin. Emma Doris Harvey. Theodore David C. Ashley Campagne. Amaya Isabella Lopez. Connor Alexander Loy. Fatima Bassam Madhat Alhaj Salame. Catherine Riley Childress. Hayden Christopher Peel. Joshua Stephen Perkins. Wala Ibrahim Al-Salem. Alexis N. Shorter. Henry Green. Olivia Elizabeth Capinos. Jessica Lopez. Jafar Dabah. Rianne M. West. Megan Ann Rinke. Palestine Ahmad Salim. Communication and information. Carlos Alvarez, Blaine Moyers, Thomas Luis Pena, Cameron D. Patterson, Maddox Alexander Curtis, Eric Dean Hicks, Seth Richard Willow, Stephen Bryce Haverstick, Lauren Nicole Beldon, Alexander M. Vocal, Zachary Allen Gilbert, Michael Bond Hoffman, Joshua Chance Clendenin, Matthew Robert Malone, William Lyle Ulrich III, Sophia Jolie Wasserstrom, Jet Hieronymus, Jackson Clayton Wells, Emily Ann Vialta, Bailey Ann Musrock, Allison Hope Seaton, Ella Faith Dixon, Sydney McKenna Brackett, Amanda Natalia Simpson, Audrey Page Boyd, Sydney Smith, Caden Sincere Leftwich, Holt Reed Jones, Emma Love, Kelsey Arlene Smart, Amanda Nicole Mize, Michael Corey Hagland, Andrew Daniel Gillenwaters, Alexandria Grace Johnson, Savannah Grace Murray, Yusuf Musa Al-Khalifi, Olivia Dawn Turbyfill, Benjamin Christopher Kazaya, Kayla Rotel, Clarissa Renee Dela Cruz, Treston Mack Thomas, Jonathan Junq Kang, Peyton C. Creech, Skylar Stephen Stefaniak, Rami Cervantes Anguiano, Sierra Bayless Scott, Lauren Elizabeth Starkey, Paige Harris Stark, Hannah Didsbury, Abigail Ruth Lamberth, Emily Wynn, Sean Rollins Crougy, Joseph T. Chaston, Heather Christine LaForce, Caitlin Ashley Marshall, Sydney Grace Carter, Julia Taylor Ronis, Maya Haley Bettis, Anne Marie Wade, Jack Joseph Brannigan, Taylor Mackenzie Masters, Nicholas Joseph Drawman, Jacob Anthony Domaruth, Cassidy Mariah Knight, Daniel Graham Finkley, Eric Nathaniel Fitzpatrick, Marcos Daniel Cruz, Carly Elena Getz, Kara Jean Smith, Wayne L.V. Williams, Isaiah Anthony Lucas, Sinit Eob, Kayla J. Henley, Danielle Rose Denena, Kayla Marie Sweeney, Bryson Lee Eason, Dante Terrell Thornton, Jr., Kennedy Elise Ross, Bryce Marie Mooneyham, Jackson Taylor Locke, Thornton Todd Henningsen, Daniel James Baldessano, Sterling Ramon Melancon, Abigail Catherine Eckler, Brianna Lynn Graves, Tessa T. Carter, Education, Health, and Human Sciences. Madison Renee Walker, Ariana Robinson, Julia Kathleen Devlin, Sarah Grace Hellman, Morgan Elizabeth Ward, Madison Kate Lucarini, Samuel Edward Harris, Elizabeth Rose LaBear, Casey Michelle Unfried, Danielle Isabella Girth, Mackenzie Alexis Strader, Erin Caroline Cosentino, Catherine Piercy Connor, Carolyn Reese Welton, Addison Claire Shands, Ansley Kate Johnson, Ava Grace Stovall, Catherine Elizabeth Desher, Austin Knight, Max Elliott Oglesby, Allison Page Long, Juliette Alani Ross, Emma Caroline Mann, Madison Miller, Lakin Elizabeth White, Isabel Grace Sneed, Maya Elizabeth Bender, Andres Felipe Zaragoza Valdez, Tyler M. Hammonds, Preston James Tracy, Andrew Hayes Bowling, Samuel Belau. Javante Emmanuel Harding. Eliana Grace Starkey. Logan Richard Brady. Nicholas Ross Milstead. Reese Davis Morgan. William Stephen Cale. Grant Connor Spears. Oscar C. Dozinama. Eli O. Young. Elise Hannah Artley. Caroline Faith Catherine Bach Coulter. Isaiah Philip Moore. Jade Catherine Morris. Reagan M. Arsaga. Ava B. Saponari. Brianna Marie Shoemaker. Karina Ivana Warchik. Kendra Sellers. Sarah J. Flynn. Devin Allen Dosal. Jill Frances Crookshank. Avery Elizabeth Rainey. Abigail Lynn Hart. Brianna Gray Moore. Olivia Teresa Drugach. Addison Marie Sheely. Mackenzie Ann Land. Ashlyn Macy Spears. Alyssa Nicole Alexandra Dajo. Olivia N. Underwood. Nolan A. Bartholomew. Chelsea Brianna Lindsay. Gabriel Isaiah Jones. Gret Nikampe. Reagan M. Thompson. Courtney Danielle Agnew. Catherine Riley Brown. Chelsea Marie Brown. Gracie Marie Robinette. Alexis Jaden Allen. Rachel Nelson. Jasmine Kiovensai. Savannah Marie Ballard. William M. Sansom. Jaylene Diana Carabantes Cepeda. Olivia Rose Kuchera. Adeline Grace Moore. Jason Matthew Rayner. Jacob Callahan Balsley. Reese Hayden Taylor. Mackenzie Kilby Wallen. Grace E. Casotis. Bailey Elizabeth Sparks. Annika Samir Patel. Ainsley Claire Johnson. Isabella Rose Tornello. Lacey Michelle Cardova. Paige Elizabeth McConnell. Amanda Elaine Birch, Zachary Charles Tellep, Jack Lathrop Ottman, Evan Isaac Brown, Tatum Tess Klinger, Ryan Christopher Wosner, Daniel Ray Kitts, Olivia Walker, Sydney Michaela Farrand, Peyton Mingle, Jaden Mackenzie Oliver, Irie Christine Roll, Kendall Brooke Mason, Kiana Marie Ray, Camilla Ann Fielder, Emma Curry Anderson, McKenna Gabrielle Bender, Reedy Patel, Aresha Patel, Ashna Desai, Mega Kisan, Radhika H. Patel, Lokesh Hamang Contractor, Yug Patel, Sahil Nurala Mohammed, Alexandra Devaney McCord, Cole McFerrin Jenkins, Carly R. Marquez, William Eugene Cahill III, Jonathan Vincent Burko, Nicholas David Carline, Christopher Lee Vandevender, Augustina E. Mills, Sophia Weinstein, Sierra Edsel, Grace Joanne McGowan, Christopher Dan Espinosa, Natalie L. Haslam College of Music, Olivia Renee Baker, Luke E. Warren, Callan Marie Miller, Jacob Matthew Knoll, Jaden Isaac Hedrick, Tyler James Delaney, David Spencer Cassidy, Jack Watt, Haslam College of Business, Sean Michael Croker, Peyton Vance Lane, Tyler Mason Tippett, Marley Wilson Clore, Elizabeth Marie Kemp, Kirsten Alexis Adkins, Lily K. Cooper, Stephen Scott Bowden III, Vance Shaw, Sarel Patel, Ayush Hitesh Shah, Shiv H. Patel, Logan Cade Anderson, Zoe C. Kidder, Sky Martin Burleson, Jackson Scott McSwain, Owen James Zuckerman, Zoe Victoria Zurich, Tegan Deanne Burrows, Kerrigan C. Solser, Franklin Ellis Killebrew, Dante Itamar Flores, Jaron Tyron Carr, Nora Pacifico Moro, Olivia Faith Riley, Alexander David Osborne, Owen Neil Dobson, Carter Chase Kreth, Parker Kearney Haney, Michael Eckloff, Carter James Hiltner, Reese Andrew Day, Ben Kelly, Marion Wood, Joseph Patrick Carolyn, Grayson Luke Stovall, Jonathan David Clinton, Brennan Tully Fitzpatrick, Juliana Carrera, Nathan James Walkinshaw, Scott Anthony Purcell, Cameron Alexa Armstrong, Damari A. Green, Morgan Elizabeth Beltran, Madeline Ann Champion, Ellie M. Brooks, Mary Elizabeth Buchanan Jones, James Halbert Neely Carter, Haley Jones, Jake Edward Wanat, Zachary Noah Hull, Caroline Isabella Brown, Nora Grace Halsey, Lauren Nicole Weaver, Maya Veronica Hui, Jacob Andrew Girolami, Ethan Michael Dills, Hope Adora Smith, Adriana Dominique Santucci, Caleb Eric Davis, Timothy James Henry II, Michael Robert Zeller, Andy Agnew, Jacob Andrew Donnelly, Levi Henry Hall, Colin Preston Ross, Chancey Lynn Lawson, Joseph Constantino, Michael Messina, John Robert Bostad, Connor Anthony Maxwell, Luke Ryan Shepard, Evan Pluanche, Chandler Cage Williams. Garrett Antonio Arana. Braden Samuel Caldwell. Alexander B. Beaupre. Evan Hayes McQuitty. Gabrielle Ann Allison. Addison Mackenzie Smith. Frank Maxwell McQuilkin. Jack K. Barham. Maggie May Rourke. Alexandra Maria Mogensen Lopez. Emily Jane Lewis. Lily Kate Holbert. Kyle Alec Veals. Paul Michael Newton. Tyler Anthony Whitson. Adam Simpson. Ashley Catherine Alba. Caitlin Delaney Smith. Cameron Joseph Segrist. Ander Chad Blowers. David L. Walker. Daniel Brooks. Isabel Marion Gilchrist. Skylar Kathleen Coach. Dane Bailey Larson. Nathan James Ray. Reese D. Hankins. Frank E. Lee Miranda. Jackson Bradford Murray. Lillian F. Crossett. Taylor L. Brown. Jenna Shea Williams. Caitlin Elizabeth Haggerty. Roshni Anil Patel. Bennett Oldham Vargo. Ashley Page Penland. Lindsay Elise Joannette. Dana Lee Duncan. John Ronan Casey. Alexander Dixon. Sydney K. Mayfield. Kaylee Ann Chase. Cade William Page. Landon Lee Adams. Clay Buckley. Zachary Rader Mish. Adam Scott Bates. Joshua Robert Patton. Carter O'Neill Lewis. Tristan Wade Hedge. Isabella Valeria Young. William Dane Seraphin. Connor Brian Warren. Anthony Robert Jensen. Thomas Coleman Knight. Summer Marie Lucas. Colin Christopher Hanna. Kylie Jo Cooper. Abigail Jane Manning. Themistocles Odysseus Korunos. Jesse Payne Small. Benjamin Saravo. Gianmarco Esposito. Alden Bryce Hartsook. Cooper D. Lusty, Samuel Lane Cleek, Jacob Matthew Williams, Cameron Benson, Teresia Nicole Swindle, Elliston Summer Pavola, Landon H. Harmon, Brett Andrew Beeler, Caleb A. Foster, Patrick Gerard Margiata, Louis Wade Schomberg, Stephen Blake Wexler, Tomidu Rundev Dharmabandhu, Carson H. Powell, Quentin Tay, Robert Joseph Wood, Jr., Brennan Asher Upshaw, Darby Dakota Baker, Tanner Jefferson Watley, Cooper John Riggs, Charles Keegan Brown, Joshua Ball, Liam Harrison Markey, Samantha Ann McLean, Sydney Christine Wallace, Mason Dale Stivers, Benjamin Reese Lovely, Lillian Kate Myrick, Cameron J. Thomas, Quinn Elisa Danielle, Brooklyn Christina Dersham, Olivia Brooke Kenworthy, Peyton Therese Weiss, Leah Brooke Davis, Caitlin Marie Hegler, William Holt Hornsby, Kira Ann Kesmarski, Madeline Grace McLemore, Sarah Schmidt, Stephen Wayne Clark, Jr., William J. Pruitt, Olivia Catherine Zimberg, Alexis Marie Erickson, Ashley Kate Rogers, Hannah Rose Baydoun, Haley Nicole Scheimer, Chase Christopher Lindgren, Caleb Scott Powell, Valencia Loy, Priya Patel, Alisa Sofia Alvarado Flores, Isabella Grace Watts, Mandy Lauren Dunlap, Marin Helene Keller, Mia Lindler Herlong, Ashley Ryan Grove, Alana Grace Madigan, Alexa Marie English, Alexis Ray Lenonen, Connor Allen Norton, Trung M. Lee, Sahil Patel, Ramesh Ibrahim, Wesley Gage Pepper, Braden Lee Dixon, Thomas Paul Fry, Reese Michael James Fowler, William Colton Warren, Kaylee Brooke Peters, Andrew Thomas Sullivan, Mary Beatrice Hassel, Kaylee Grace Call, Julian Isaac Houston, Chance Malachi Henson, Lakin Christine Jared, Maria K. Massengale, Josephine Lee Bales, Garrett Hunter Tollett, John Newman MacDonald, Taylor Nicole Burkhart, Gabriel Allen Hensley, Braden Cade Walker, Patrick Cullen Obernesser, Thomas Hudson LaRue, Max Robert Wilcomb, Matt Sebase, Brian Bo Han E, Ryan Alexander Dean, Courtney Eschman, Allison Grace Langlois, Mallory A. Langenberg, Emmeline Kate Cheney, Spencer Elizabeth Stiegel, Miracle Smith, Nakaya Cornelia Bennett, Sheena Anthony Adeleke, Zain Joseph Zatawi, Fahad Al-Meferje, Daniel Tibbs, George W. Smith, Sierra Faith Spaulding, John Warren Hertzberg, Joshua Tyler Davidson, Remington Reed Newton, Christian Wallace Staling, Colton Michael Hendricks, Christian Glenn Rhodes, Major Anthony Holland, Nicholas Stephen Harpst, Rowan Carter Hawksby, Joshua Kyle Draper, Matthew Christopher Borgia, Devanch S. Desai, Justin Alberto De Leon, Suniva Paw Doe, James Adam Roach, Andrew James Stack, Kevin Ray Frerick, Jace Wesley Holt, Mary Elizabeth Mitchell, Jordan Amber DeAngelis, Ian Oslo Tron, Claire A. Volk, David Josiah Walters, Erica Monica Kleka, Olivia Grace Taylor, Preston Scott Pruitt, Noah Stephen Meek, Morgan Alexandria Lowndes, Spencer Robert Smith. Jesse T. Williams. Isabel Grace McKinney. Catherine Ann Wood. Ella Marie Natale. Hallie Bell Johnson. James Ellie Ballard McBride. Nicholas Andrew D'Angelo. Brennan Phillips. Matthew Michael Mock. Jake A. Faust. Cale Sam McGuire. Lee Marianne Anderson. Mackenzie Grace Hayes. Gabriel Joel Sanchez. Kalen Justin Cook. Blake Thomas Delaney. Kendra Natasha Bonilla. Ethan Thomas Eckert. Brandon England. Brendan Connor Long. Gregory Frank Harris II. Thomas Blake Creel. Scott Parker Fay. Leah Catherine Jackson. Jeremy Wayne Barrier. Emma Danielle Miller. Talitha J. Reese. Brooke Taylor Officer. Carson Landon Crabtree. Harrison Thomas Sherfy. Jacob Preston Ledford. Jacob D. Jenkins. Christopher Carter Hines. Dan Bryant Branson. Ryan Coy Lackey. Ryan Patrick Walsh. Matthew Henry Sliger. Colston Lawrence Oldham. Evan Lane Stotts. Blake Alexander Wallen. Jacob Andrew Ross. Cameron Bennett Miles. Luke Mason Schaus. Charles Winfield Browder. Azaria T. Cones. Reginald Lamont Johnson II. Micah Williams. Uriel Mauricio Martinez. Michael Arnold Smith Jr. Lucas A. Arnold. Paul David Hester Jr. Mattie Grace Arnett. Trinity Hall. Hannah D. Huddleston. Mackenzie Catherine White. Grayson S. Peterson. Adam James Millett. Ethan Orion Williams. Samantha Kazmarek. Rajavi S. Shaw. Hannah Elizabeth Crace. Allison Michelle Simmons. Sullivan Thomas McDermott. William Wright. Carter Royal Jones, William Randall Barnes, Gavin Randall McGee, Nicholas Brandon Cockerham, Herbert, College of Agriculture, Marissa Jade Panzera, Lily Noel DeChico, Briley Victoria Hicks, Catherine Ross, Zoe Marie Marzak, Ashley Page DeRegis, Grace Moss, Ian Budney, Caleb Addison Metcalf, Brooke Jade Adams, Jordan Leanne Richardson, Ella Grace McLaren, Chance Tony Bowe, Cole Parker Silverman, Ian Lauterbach, Daniel Francis Gibbons, Tiffany Keck, Grace Elizabeth Stalker, Isabella Grace Hammontree, Emily Joanne Ostad, Rachel Ann Carpenter, Sydney Campbell Heckford, Zachary Teixeira, James Walker Helms, Michael Allen Franks, Rachel Renee Brock, Samuel Isaac Tremaine, Anya C. Tollefson, William Charles Hatcher, Ellie A. Yunt, Kaylee L. Hallcox, Anna Caroline Cardwell, Gage Hensley Calebs, John Potter, Mariana Hutchison Wyatt, John Ryan Scarlett, Colton Isaac Long, Alexander Gray Palmer, Benjamin Thomas Mayfield, Andrew Vincent Porter, Catherine Suzanne Sams, Natalie Breanne McBride, Nathaniel James Stroop, Keely Parker Posh, Clay Charles Kreider, Baraket Graves, Cole Roberts, Cameron Page Christopher, Brian Patrick Hogan, Samuel James Tharrington Weedmer, Miles Garner, Zoe Hobb Hinton, Sienna Sky Jobkar, Rachel Hefton, Timothy Dwayne Lay, Claire Elizabeth Pouncey, Jonah Lonis Hilliard, Winter Snow Day Honeycutt. Samuel Pierce Thompson. Whitney Potts. Michaela Ruby Hamblin. Sherry Clinies Bonnell. Jake William Stone. Savannah Hall. Merritt C. Gast. Meredith Renee Bishop. Abigail Christine McNanny. Catherine Renee Ballard. Kendall McKay Valentine. Anna Grace Sovey. Leah Marie Lashley. Noah Van Fleet. John Michael Sabo. Christian Bowles Armistead. Robert Jackson Hancock. Ryan Anthony MacDonald. Jack Alexander Conklin. Christopher Bennett Payne. Mitchell Austin Bassett. Christopher B. Cresswell. Habiba Abdallah. Amari Jalaya Ashley. Jacob Ray Hardy. Molly Jane Morgan. Abigail Helen Downs. Chloe Elizabeth Sabins. Dalton Reese Rollins. Chandler Wallace Gilbert. Jackson Randall Williams. Thomas C. McGuire. Trent Cole Chenard. Jeremiah Dawson Tidwell. Avery Nicole Godek. Rebecca Ann Davis. Michaela Faith Nichols. Sergio Rodriguez Hernandez. Cade Harrison Coral. Nathan R. Bowling. College of Nursing. Aaron Ortega Lysure. Eilish Cashleen Reed. Jaden Elizabeth Zuka. Rachel Grace Taber. Elizabeth Irene Phillips. Jordan N. Ballinger. Maggie Beth Comer. Abigail Patricia Ann Wright. Sydney Lynn Durkin. Allie Grace Vaughn. Lauren Elizabeth Perkins. Anna Elizabeth Addison. Amelia Christine Ingram. Sydney Isabel Messmer. Taylor Lachey Green. Kelly Nicole White. Sophia M. Mayo. Vesley Ann Serber. Jacob B. Reimer. Anna Jane Cherry. Margaret Ann Payne. Paige Nicole Burchett. Allison Caroline Noser. Anna Jane Snyder. T.J. Lee Seals. Camille Carolyn Charvet. Alexa Nicole Molnar. Riley Richardson. Ella Grace Heim. Matthew Scott Neff. Timothy Edward Connolly Jr. Haley Brooke Williamson. Mary Margaret Lusick. Alexa G. Nelson. Kate Ashley Warta. Grace Eileen Coppas. Julia Lynn Goodman. Reagan Mary Porter. Benjamin Jacob Adams. Sarah Elizabeth Stapleton. Rebecca Wolf. Virginia Fury Rickard. Mariah Grace Dalton. Catherine Elizabeth Hall. Gary Charles Davis. Randy Stafford. Lauren Kathleen Signer. Victoria Caroline Costello. Amy Marie Tips. Rhonda Marie Marlowe. Emily Margaret McHugh. Savannah Paige Blanchard. Marcella Marie Bertkey. Lauren Anne Marie Denny. Kason Paige Collins. Chloe Hope Gavalakis. Sophia Marie Goff. Tickle College of Engineering. Hashem Nathir A. Al-Shakuri. Christopher Burnett. Campbell Allen Jones. Caroline Masters Thomas. Zachary R. Kaber. Radhika Garg. Ellen Lee Vo. Bryce Eric Baines. Allison Martha Seminac. Rawan Imad Al-Fatlawi. Bradley Lane Idex. Finian Joseph Casey. Christian Fernando Luer. Anna Chen. Josiah Dominic DeVito. Juwan Amir Jefferson. Valentina Milano Benitez. Clayton James Gilmer. Alex Chow Wynn. Colin P. Little. Annika Noel Burleson. Sydney Lynn Walker. Dylan Thomas Hans Frankenstein. Alex Michael Crumley. Benjamin B. Burgerding. Mindy Lee. Kate Pierce. Henry Matthews Ott. Oluwatumishe Shalom Owotomo. Alexander Martin. Seth Nicholas Wade Pierce. Kara Lee Godfrey. Angelica Katerina Rose. Derek Jamal Durham. Jeremiah George Malaki. John Green. Aaron Alex Blake. Benjamin Robert Bloom. Easton Avery Eller. Iman Rahim Ibrahim. Haley Seymour. Zachary J. Poland. Matt Shannon. Cade Erickson Smith. Wade Miller Samples. Justin Gutierrez. Maxwell Markham. Garrett James O'Connor Jr. Luke A. Watley. Mashiad Alkand. Kristen N. Thielman. Stephen Jace Jenkins. Preston Thomas Rude. Jarrett Eugene Hill. Blake Mathis Atwood. Austin Trey Jackson. Ian Russell Henry. Clayton Edward Hollyfield. Peyton R. Myers. Ethan Bryce Barnhill. Cody Allen Smith. Griffin Carlton Barley. Lakin Janelle Jones. Carly Grace Wines. Bailey Faye Dishman. Avery James Burnham. Christopher Michael Matthews. Breton Cade Stanley. Vanessa Sanchez. Lucienne Cornelia Reinhard. Jesse Lynn Wilson. Cole Robert Lindsay. Demir C. Minguk. Jacob Cole McGill. Mary Grace Studman. Drew Michael Elliott. William David Long. Bryce Andrew Neely. Jacob Eli Seals. Caroline C. Altunian, Emily Marie Buckner, Casey Lynn Cronister, Catherine Grace Murphy, Andrew Baker Samples, Duke Trong Nguyen, Jeremy Jacob Kern, Seth Douglas Jackson, Jacob Robert McLaren, Jeffrey John Metro, Owen Armijo Johnson, Tristan Taylor Irwin, Jonathan Luke Brannon, Christopher Lamont Ramsey Jr., Joseph Dylan Johnson, Mason Paul McCullough, Megan Elizabeth Brandt, Annika Ruskowski, Thomas John Fisher, Gavin Patrick Joyce, Christian R. Bailey, Olivia Catherine Lahair, Stuart Alcott Spa, Troy Morgan Jackson,
Congratulations, graduates. Please join me in another giant round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Michael Wellock to commission our ROTC cadets into the United States Armed Forces.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment I will administer the oath of office to these young men. I have personally challenged them to embody this oath daily for the rest of their lives. As I administer this oath, I ask that you carefully listen to the words. And I ask everyone, the families, the friends, the classmates, faculty, and administrators to help support these Air Force and Army officers as they fulfill their oath. Raise your right hand. Do you, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the Armed Forces of the United States, solemnly swear that you will defend and support the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office you're about to enter. So help you God. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the newest second lieutenants of the United States Army and the United States Air Force.
Graduates, we are all so proud of you. Hope you always, always remember this moment. We've now arrived at the part of the ceremony I know you've all been looking forward to, when I confer the degrees and our graduates in just a minute move their tassels, acknowledging the transition from student to graduate. This is a special moment to celebrate all the years of hard work and dedication. Degree candidates, will you please stand? Your presence here today demonstrates that you have done all the work, completed all the requirements for your degrees. On behalf of the state of Tennessee and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended. Undergraduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. You may now be seated. We will close the ceremony, as is our tradition, by singing the alma mater together for your first time as alumni. After the alma mater, at my direction, we will take a few moments to celebrate and soak in this experience. At that time, graduates, you can throw your caps and snap pictures with your friends, family and friends. At that time, let's all cheer as loud as we can. This is a moment to celebrate yourselves, all that you've accomplished, and all the people who've helped you along the way. After the celebration, the stage party will recess, and our ceremony will be officially concluded. Graduates, you will exit at the back of the arena floor to receive a congratulatory gift from the university. You will then exit the building and be directed to the outdoor ramp toward the concourse level to meet with your guests. Now, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the alma mater. Congratulations again to everyone. Thank you for celebrating with us. Happy holidays, and go Vols. Okay, are you ready? Let's count this down. Count with me. 3, 2, 1. Let's celebrate.